When you look for freedom of your people, I don't see it as a crime. He never killed
especially when you go for it legally. You know?
I don't see it as a crime. It happens in many countries. You know, that's self-hatred from our people. You know, I don't want to start mentioning names. Our people is the one holding Nnamdi Kanu in. You know, I just pray Shorowe and I believe Atiku is.
Yeah, Atiku also indicated interest to be part of.
It's shameful.
But that's what I'm saying. The governor of Enugu State, Governor Mba, also he's spoken over the time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Recently, we heard Alex Oti of Abia State saying it. We've never heard of Imo State Governor talk about it. A lot of them they talk about it, but we see less action. You know, one would say that okay, now that Showore has taken the bull by the horn, he actually called them out, but none of them, even P2B, everybody seems to be dodging to show them. I think something deeper is there.
Yes.
Hello, good people. Emmanuel Giovanni on your screen again today. Well, I'm super excited today. You know, I can't quantify the joy in me in words, if only I can. I mean, this is as a result of the personality. You know, he's a man of integrity. He's a great personality I have on set today. But I would encourage you to sit back. Let's hear him out. I mean, he has so much to dish out today, and I know you will enjoy this program today. Come on, sit back and let's hear him introduce himself. Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm very good.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful.
Good day, viewers. My name is Dozie Emanga. I'm a Nigerian from Owerri, Imo State, precisely.
From Imo State.
Yes.
Well, I'm also from Imo State as well. That's my brother I have on set today, you can imagine. Well, you've been here in South Africa for how long now, sir?
Yeah, I have been here for 22 years now.
22 solid years. Wow. Do you visit home, or you've been here since 22 years, you've not gone home for 22 years?
No, I visit home every year.
Every year?
Yeah.
Wow, you must be an Onogu to go home every year. Wow. Anyway, thank you so much for making out this time to be with us today. I know it's not easy. I know you're a very busy man. Yeah, let's see. Tell me, I know you are a leader in most of the organizations I know, but I don't want to be the one to mention them. Can you tell us?
Yeah, currently the president of Emperor Committee of Friends.
That's a very big club, by the way.
Yeah, and I've been the president for. This is my second tenure as the president. I've been the president of the club for 6 years now.
For 6 years. Each tenure, one tenure is for how many years?
4 years.
4
but
years.
I did the first tenure. I did 5 years. Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Yeah, because we are supposed to have an election. Unfortunately, we lost one of the executive member, which made us to
postpone the election.
Yes.
Okay, and you won fairly. There was no
uncontested.
That means you must be doing very well.
Yeah,
you must be doing very well.
You know, the aim is to unite our brothers here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And human management is a very difficult one anyway.
Of
but
course.
You try as much as possible to bring unity among each other.
I see.
Yes.
Now you are a leader. Let me take you back home. There's a lot happening home. I mean, Nigeria. Leadership, and most of the problems we have, for me, I feel it's a leadership issue. And when you look at some part of the world today where they had similar situation, they took a lot of decisions and actions that turned things around for them. You know, so I don't know, what do you think in the case of our country? What do you think Nigeria needs a revolution for things to be different?
Yeah, initially I thought revolution would have been the solution.
Okay.
Yeah, but the biggest problem we have in Nigeria is ethnicity.
Okay.
I could remember during the EndSARS, you know, I thought that would have been the result we needed to resolve our political crisis in Nigeria. And the political elite, what they're using to hold the country down is ethnicity. Then whenever ethnicity comes into politics, you achieve less.
People get divided.
People get divided. You know, I can tell you, like now, if you should bring a leader from a different ethnic the ruling president ethnic will never support
them.
Yeah, that is the major problem we're having, and selfish leaders. Yeah, that is the biggest problem. If not, the it could have been easy to resolve. But with that, it's difficult to resolve our problem. Because of that.
So sorry to cut you short. Sometimes I hear that thing that if you know the root of a problem, it will be easier for you to solve the problem. So since you think the issue is ethnicity, then how can we actually solve that problem of ethnicity and then unite the country? Because are you saying the ethnicity is the reason we have wrong people in position? Because there's this thing I heard sometimes that the uneducated are the one leading the educated in Nigeria, if you'd agree with me.
Yes, you're not far from the truth. Why I keep on capitalizing on ethnicity, the candidate like Peter Obi, from the eastern part of the country where I came from. I'm not supporting him because I'm from his region. We need a young, vibrant leaders. Like when you watch countries that are doing well, you need young leaders. But the other ethnic group, they fail to support him because he's not from there. They will tell you what the Igbos did during the civil war in Nigeria, that you can't trust Igbo. For how long will that be? At the end of the day, because he's favoring the rulers, every time there is election, they use it as a tool to manipulate election. So we are in dilemma when you. Okay,
you see, you are a president of another. That's why I'm dwelling on this more. You gave reference of former Governor Peter Obi and how he couldn't. But some sections of people have an argument that he actually won the election, but the election was rigged. Now I want to put it to you. Ethnicity could be one ethnicity against another ethnicity, but in most cases, especially the Southeasterners, you see that most of them didn't even support him. Most of the follow, let's use the word, the big dignitaries from the Igbo land, they were also supporting the other people like the current president. So in that case, when who is your brother, I know that you're qualified for this job, but I don't support you. Rather, I support somebody else whom I know is not qualified. Can that also be regarded as ethnicity?
Yes, let me explain that a little bit. Our leaders, every leader wants to be the one leading. Why they are not supporting? Because of this rotation of leadership.
Okay.
It got advantage and disadvantage. I don't believe in rotation of
zoning system. They call it. Yeah.
I don't believe in that. I believe let the best candidate go.
Competency.
Yes. So because of that and their own selfishness, they believe that if it is the turn of our zone, it should be me. So, and the ruling government now is using it against them, promising them work against your brother so that the next time will be the one.
But it will never be them.
It will never be them, and they refuse to learn from that. That is the major problem.
They say politics is a game of interest. So for me, I just feel for them, most of them, they know they can never be there. They just cashing out, taking opportunity, grab whatever they can grab as much as they can at the moment.
I don't think it's just only cashing out. Cashing out is part of it, but they stupidly believe to them. Let me make a reference with our former governor, Owele Rochas. You could see that Owele believed that when it's the turn for the South, it will be him.
He was going to be the one.
Yeah, and they betrayed him at the end. And still they refused to learn from
him. He lost even from the primaries.
He lost from the primaries. Still they refused to learn from that.
Okay, still on the eastern region of Nigeria, currently there is a thread going on. I don't know if you've heard about it, about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in detention for over 3-4 years, as the case may be. Some time ago, I think a court of appeal, if I'm not sure, discharged him. But then the federal government still filed the case. The Supreme Court, they still held him in custody, and this is going at the moment. We're told that his health is deteriorating. He's having constant health issues and the rest of that. But then some section of the people feels that this man has been held in detention unjustly. You know, because I mean, some time ago, I don't know if you are abreast of that. Some terrorist groups in the northern part of the country were summoned. They were having a negotiation, you know, on how they can surrender their arm with the government officials, and these guys came in an open air with their ammunitions, having this dialogue or negotiations, as you may call it. You know, those were declared terrorist group, but Nnamdi Kanu was never declared as a terrorist, you know, and then he's been held in the custody for this long. Now my question is this: why? Currently now, it's a Yoruba person, the activist Omoyele Sowore, who has taken it upon himself to say that whoever is interested should come out for protest on the 20th, I think so, yes, that they're going to go into the government house to protest that Nnamdi Kanu must be released. Where are the big names in the Igbo land? Why haven't they taken this decision long ago? As a matter of fact, it's their own brother that is being held. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, Nnamdi Kanu's case is a shameful case, yeah, to the Easterners, and why I call it a shameful case is still our leaders, our own brothers that are holding Nnamdi Kanu back. Okay, you understand, because of their selfish interests. Okay, they believe that Nnamdi Kanu will obstruct their chances of, you know, looting. I won't even call it ruling, because they will never rule. Nnamdi Kanu, they are seeing Nnamdi Kanu as a threat to their political aspiration or whatever. Yes, you know, it's shameful that someone from the Yoruba is the one championing Nnamdi's release. Yeah, when it comes to the East, we have calibers of political elites. In the outside Abaribe, Abaribe is the only person that is standing firm to support Nnamdi, to prove it beyond every reasonable doubt that Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any offense that should lead to him being in prison up to this time. I think that should be since 2018 or 2017 till date. What did the young man do? You know, when you look for freedom of your people, I don't see it as a crime. He never killed. Especially
when you go for it legally.
You know? I don't see it as a crime. It happens in many countries. You know, that's self-hatred from our people. You know, I don't want to start mentioning names. Our people is the one holding Nnamdi Kanu in. You know, I just pray Sowore and I believe Atiku is.
Yeah, Atiku also indicated interest to be part of.
It's shameful.
But that's what I'm saying. The governor of Enugu State, Governor Mba, also he's spoken over the time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Recently, we heard Alex Oti of Abia State saying it. We've never heard of Imo State Governor talk about it. A lot of them they talk about it, but we see less action. You know, one would say that okay, now that Sowore has taken the bull by the horn, he actually called them out, but none of them, even P2B, everybody seems to be dodging to show them. I think something deeper is there.
Yes, you know? that's what I call it, selfishness. They don't want to anything that will implicate them. Okay, the governor of Enugu State you mentioned just declared
he switched to APC. Yeah,
that will tell you their stand. You know, they joining ruling party. Do you think now that he's joining ruling party, he will compromise his stand? You know, it's unfortunate that we have selfish leaders, especially from the eastern part of the country. You know, it's very unfortunate, because if we should have a loud voice from the east, I think they should have attention from the federal level. You know, it's unfortunate. I just pray let's Atiku, this time of Atiku and Sowore, you know, let's see what they will come out of it.
You know, I'm interested in talking. You know, I've done a couple of videos where South Africans, so most people, I don't know if they are, would come up and say, hey, you guys are running away from your country, go and fix your country. If you don't go fix your country, who will? Because we've seen similar things, if not exactly happen in this country. And we'll see how people go on peaceful demonstration and you see the government listen to them. But in our case, it's just a bit different, you know. So that's why I feel it's something we all should talk about. we all, I mean, I'm sure there's the support that we also who are not around that facility can also, you know, proffer by speaking up or by lending our voices or the rest of that, you know.
Yes, the comparison of South Africa and Nigeria democracy is broad.
It's broad.
You can't compare the two. You understand? In South Africa, they practice democracy.
There's real democracy here.
Democracy. While in Nigeria, I don't think there is a freedom of. We call it freedom.
So why do we call Nigeria a giant of Africa if we are not number one in anything?
My brother, we're just deceiving ourselves by calling it.
Or we are still basking in our former glory.
Yes, we are. Honestly, we are. There is. I don't see any giants.
If I take you a bit away from this, just recently the World Cup qualification. I don't know if you're a football fan. If you watch that, we are paired in a group where we have South Africans, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Benin, and Nigeria cannot make it out of the group in automatic qualification. Our beloved South Africa is the one that made it out. Tomorrow who comes out will say we are a giant of Africa. We don't have electricity to boast for. You don't have good road to boast for. It's not water you're boasting. It's not infrastructure. What are you? It's not even economy. What is this giant of Africa they call you?
Well, let me explain it to you. Like I said to you, we don't practice democracy. I don't know if you watch the South African Parliament. The freedom of speech.
I hear you.
You know how they operate, and I don't know if you have given attention to what the Nigerian Parliament.
Of course,
you could see the hatred. You could see the division in the Nigerian Parliament. It's not here. And when it comes to the issue of electricity and other infrastructures in Nigeria, when you are my friend, you know, and you are in charge of generator, those things, that will never allow steady electricity in Nigeria because it's benefiting you, and probably you're giving me some percentage. It's a game of interest, you know. While in an organized, civilized country, you don't see such. You don't see such, yeah.
I see. Okay, viewers, I'm sure you are enjoying this conversation. So we're just going to go for a few minute break. But before we do that, if you like what we're doing, you can click on the share button. You can like our page so that you can help us share to the rest of the world to see what we're doing here. Just sit tight and don't go nowhere. We're going to take a short break, and then when we return, we shall continue on what we're discussing. Thank you so much. All right, welcome back, good people. All right, let's not waste much time. Let's go back there. Now, you were saying something when you said in Nigeria they don't practice real democracy compared to South Africa where democracy is practiced. And I think I want to agree with you to some extent. You know, giving you a guideline, just a few months ago, the same Mowole Showore, who is the activist who is engineering the release of Nnamdi Kanu, you know, he came up sometime to say that the president is he called the president certain names about criminal act and the rest of that. People like the president puppet, some will say, like Wike came up and say, in a sane country, people don't have the guts to question the government or the president. You know, just here we'll see what happens in South African Parliament with Julius Malema and the rest of that, and that is them calling the government to order. What do you have to say about that?
When I watch situation like this, it makes me, I weep for my dear country. You know, a typical democracy is freedom of speech. You know what Showore did, that is freedom, that is democracy, freedom of speech. You know, I remember when the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, went to the United States to meet Trump. And I followed it, you know, in as much as I was not pleased with his answers and how he handled the whole situation. You know, when he came back, Julius Malema and other political elite, they criticize him. You know, that is calling the government to check. That is, you know, making them to sit up. But when it comes to Nigeria, you see people, you laugh, you see people that these people are, you know, singing for their stomach. When you lambast the president, when you lambast the ruling government, you see people attacking you. You know, you will see selfish interest. You will see that you don't need a prophet to tell you that this person is singing for his stomach.
I see. Let's end this debate here. Nigeria and South Africa, which do you think is a better country?
It depends on the area you're looking
Well,
at.
we've talked about the political area. We'll talk about, I mean, life generally, infrastructure. These are the things that makes life, isn't it? What it is, education. You know, what do we talk about? In fact, life generally. How do you assess Nigeria and South Africa? Can you put both of them in the same scale?
When it comes to, there are things I will give South Africa higher credit, and there are some areas I'll give Nigeria credit. You know, because when it comes to receiving foreigners, you know, I'll give tourists. Yeah, I think Nigeria is more welcoming. Than
Nigeria is more welcoming.
Yeah, than South Africa. Yeah. But when it comes to...
Don't you think that's because there's no rule of law in Nigeria?
You think so? No,
I'm just asking you,
no,
don't you think?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because it looks like foreigners it's easier for people to go to Nigeria than for people to visit other than for Nigerians to visit other countries. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is that Nigeria, they welcome foreigners.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. So for foreigners, it's easier for them to go to Nigeria and stay. But it's more difficult for Nigerians to go to other countries and be welcomed. Isn't
yes,
it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm saying, I'm putting it to you. Don't you think that's because there is no rule of law in Nigeria?
No.
Because somebody, I was asking that question a few days ago. Somebody was like, okay, do you guys have ID in Nigeria? Unlike South Africa here, where they ask you document for this, but in Nigeria, nobody cares about that.
No, I remember way back when I was in Nigeria, when I live in Nigeria, when I finished school, I was working in Port Harcourt. You know, you see Lebanese, you know, in Port Harcourt, you see the immigration going after them, you know, for their identification and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, because if the way they check our papers here, typical South Africans won't even know about it. Okay. It takes you to be a foreigner for you to notice such. Yes.
I see. But when we talk about foreigners right here, the tag is usually on blacks.
Yes.
Here, from what we see.
Yeah.
Is that who really a foreigner is?
Yeah, that's how they painted it to be.
That's how.
You know, yeah, that's how they painted it to be. The black, I call it black hating black. Yeah, you know, because when you check how they check people's identification, stop you. Where I live in Greenstone, England. I can tell you I have been there for almost 9 years. I've never seen police stopping me before to check my papers, you know. Because I believe they have too much white living there. Unlike people living in Hebrew, Orange Grove,
Berea and the rest of that, Brown Fountains and those places. You know. So the areas also matters as well.
Yes, the area matters.
Okay, let's go back again. You were trying to tell me which is a better country. That part is very important. Nigeria and South Africa.
Yeah. In terms of a business, settling and doing your business, I believe South Africa is better economy-wise because of our currency devaluation and all those stuff. You know, South Africa, you stand a better chance to do a business.
I hope they don't hear this.
Yes.
Well, you have to give it to them anyway.
Yes,
you have to give it to them.
Yeah, that's why I advise most of our brothers, you know, to wherever you are, you know, try and establish yourself legally with your business. Okay. You know, yeah, I think South Africa.
So you're indirectly saying, I mean, if you are here, invest more here than home. Is that what you say?
Yes. For now, for the fact that you are young and active, and you have intention of staying here in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years.
So, but those investments are they guaranteed to remain?
If you legalize yourself properly, if you understand what I mean by that, if you legalize yourself, you do your business. You know, follow the government laws. You do your business. You know, for the fact that you're here. I remember some time ago, I did establish a business in Nigeria. That was 2009. Yeah, I invested in Nigeria. You know. It wasn't a bad business because I wasn't living there. You know, almost 35 million. You know, that I open a business in Nigeria for people to run for you. You know, because there is this word terms we normally use, which I believe is part of our setback. When you believe in my language, you say akurolo. You understand?
That means your words should get home.
Yeah, your words should go home.
You don't finish it. They say it's akurolo.
Akurolo ahonye parai.
Okay. So you know when the words get home, you know who the owner is.
Exactly. You know, it's a wrong selling a wrong perspective to you, young person. Because now, if I should know what I know now, I wouldn't have done that business at home. I would have invested it here. You know, because of the currency wise, the exchange rate. You know, you know what time value of money. You know what 35 million naira is in 2009. You know how much it is now. You know, which I invested because you're not there, and if you're not there, people managing the business for you believe that you have it more 100 times wherever you are.
So the problem of investing there is the people managing it.
It's management, yeah.
Not really about the value, the currency or whatever. It's about the management.
Yeah, the primary problem of it is management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, a business you own, you're not there to manage.
Nobody
it.
will look after your business like yourself.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. I see. Okay, tell me. I don't know if you have relatives down there. You know, a couple of people I meet, they tell you, man, the pressure they get from down there. You give them today, tomorrow they come again, next tomorrow they feel that as long as you are not there, you are making money, and you know you have somewhere where you're plugging the money. And when you give today, you don't give tomorrow, you become an enemy. I don't know if you've encountered any of such before.
Yes.
What do you say about that?
Yeah, it's a wrong impression. We created it. Yeah, you know, because I will tell you that it's difficult for you to receive a call from home. They are checking after you, your well-being.
I was just saying that to somebody this morning.
Yeah.
Can you reiterate that again? Can you emphasize that again?
Yeah, you know, it's difficult to receive a call from home. They are just
checking up on you.
No, never. It's always
there must be a strange attach.
You know, I want this, my kids, school fees, the hospital. They won't even ask you, have you paid your kids' school fees? And funny enough, their kids are all in private schools, you know. But here you see that my kids are in government school, you know. But they will ask you money to pay for their kids' private school. You know, and when you tell them that your kids are in government school, they see it as you being sarcastic to them. You know, so and that impression, I see that we created it. You know, trying to create a standard that we're doing well outside, and you know that you're managing. So I believe what makes you, I don't do it any longer. What makes you a grown person is when you don't have, just don't be apologetic and don't be shy about it. Tell them that you don't have.
You know, personally, I used to have a lot of challenge doing that before now, because I mean, I feel probably it's a conscience thing. How can this person be calling me for this? And then I tell him I don't. Even sometimes when I don't have, I just say I will get back to you. I will get back to you, and I get back to you. Sometimes you don't get back. It looks as if you don't even want to.
The one thing we should realize, I don't know if you have noticed that all these people asking you for one favor or the other. When you visit home, you see most of them are doing better.
Oh, that's another. That's
most of them are doing better than you.
They're doing far better.
Yeah, they build a house. They have a big house. You know. Yeah. You know, so it's that narrative we created that then outside Nigeria is better off. We are doing well, you know. You know, I once have a friend that borrowed money from me to give a friend in Nigeria. You know, that you now pay after some time. Then what makes you a grown person is that tell them that you don't have for now. If they don't have over there, what makes them believe that
you have
easy
here,
for
you know.
Yeah.
And the recent one we hear now is this Tinubu regime. Tinubu has Tinubalized us, and you know, forgetting that we also will go
exactly
through, you know, the headache will get here every month and the rest of
yeah.
You know.
Don't be shy when they talk about Tinubu. Talk about Ramaphosa. To them, yeah.
You heard that when they talk about Tinubu,
Yeah.
you tell them about Ramaphosa.
Ramaphosa.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I really
pleasure.
appreciate your presence here.
Pleasure.
Look forward to having you in my next podcast to discuss deeper. Thank you so for staying tuned. Please, if you like what we're doing, don't forget to click on the share button or on the like button and help us get this videos viral. Thank you once again, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.